Hey everybody, it's Chucker Conroy. Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time, we finished up the last of the side quests, obtaining the final gratitude crystal, enabling Batro to become human, achieving his dream. And in doing so, we got rid of the monster infestation around Skyloft, saving the immediate area. I probably should have thought that one through a little bit more, because once this whole hero shtick is over, I'm probably going to be out of a job since I went to school to be a knight. But we won't focus on that. We'll focus on the now. We are heading down to Eldin Volcano to call our birdie. No, to continue our search for the Song of the Hero. And if this game's taught me anything, when a cutscene starts before you've been given the choice of where you want to land, it's never good. As you can plainly see, things are a little bad. We have no equipment, no shield on our back, no sword, and in some kind of twisted practical joke, these bokoblins have severed the heads of their brethren and stuffed them all into our pockets where all of our stuff used to be. Even doing this for our adventure pouch. I don't think I'm gonna be telling anyone in the immediate future that I just got lost and then that I lost to a bunch of bokoblins and got robbed by them. Nah, don't think I'll be doing that. We'll make some noise in this prison though, a la Out of This World, but he doesn't react to it. I was kind of hoping for an amasta, machema, but nothing. That's how I always heard it. Sorry I compared you to Out of This World. You're not cool enough for that. Gonna pick this up, but... Hey, buddy, you didn't hear any of that, did you? You don't need to tell anyone that I'm in this predicament. Hey, long time no see, huh? Don't tell me you forgot my ugly mug. I'm Platts, the Mogma you helped in the Northern Temple. I saw him dragging you off unconscious, so I tailed him. You're pretty fearless, eh? What are you up to now? Well... The dragon? You mean the dragon god thing? Yeah, I heard a rumor that a big dragon god lives in this mountain. You really like those fantasy stories, eh, pal? Why am I here, you ask? I just heard a rumor that some bad guys were getting together on this mountain. Everyone knows when bad guys get together, they'll be fighting over some loot. Don't you gotta take care of your own business first? Haven't you noticed? They swiped all your stuff. No, I had no idea. I can get you started. I stole these back for you. Gotta rebuild ourselves back up, just from the Mogma myths. Time for me to tunnel out, pal. You got your work cut out for you. Good luck out there. See if I can regain a little bit more health before leaving. And this guy really does not care that we even exist. Doesn't notice us at all. Let's burrow down. And how convenient. May this not be right in his line of sight. As you can see from there being walls set up everywhere that previously weren't here, we got a stealth portion. Yeah. First and foremost, even though health isn't too terribly important going forward, it's better to have it than not have it. Even though I do feel quite naked without my 19 heart containers, because I felt like I was almost done doing everything, and now I just don't. I'll take all that. And now that I look over there, I see that they actually let us keep all of our money, which is the first thing that I would think they would steal, but maybe they do their business with, like, skulls and all that. That is usually what we get off of them. They only ever have, like, 1 to 5 rupees, so apparently it's not that important to them. Head outside. And we've gotten ourselves into a pretty bad situation. This could not have had worse timing. Oh, hey! I guess since we can't talk to Fi on account of not having our sword, this guy is here to serve as a stand-in. So rather than having a metal girlfriend, we have a rock assistant. All right. I've never actually shown any of this off, so why not? Let's see what he's got. Drawing on goddess walls. That's the only new hint you have for us. I'm one step ahead of you, buddy. You didn't show us or make any mention at all about drawing one-stroke Triforces. See, even the Gossip Stones haven't played Phantom Hourglass. It's unfortunate. It truly is. Well, as we go onward, they are really making up for the fact that Fi isn't around to stop us every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, huh? What are you thinking? You shouldn't be out here in the open with no way to defend yourself. This place is crawling with thugs. Well, just be careful they don't spot you while you're sneaking around. And I probably don't even need to say this again, but seriously, pal, don't let them bad guys see you hear? They ain't gonna do nothing nice if they catch you, so don't do anything heroic and get yourself caught. Got it? Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Ah! Dot, dot, dot. You know, I really worry about you, pal. It's a weakness of mine. Okay, I'll tell you what. Dot, dot, dot. I'm gonna show you something good. Open your map. I feel just terrible for you, pal. Here, let me do one more thing for you. Old Platts here is gonna show you what's in all the treasure chests. Ta-da! We can place beacons if we so desire. I don't really see any reason not to, considering we have 5 beacons and are getting back 5 stolen items. Let's do it. After all, none of it looked like stuff I'd really want anyhow. But if some of them things are yours, I bet you're gonna want to get them back, right? Even if they're not mine, I'm gonna go get them. All right, then. I'm gonna go back to rummaging around for treasure. See you later. I wonder why the text box keeps changing between the top and the bottom of the screen. Probably some game design thing that I don't understand out of not being a designer myself. Yes, oh, that was almost bad. That was almost very, very bad. Okay, I might as well show this. If a bokoblin notices you, no moving out of the way. You just get sent back. Back you go. That's it. It's not a huge punishment, but it is kind of irksome that one little tiny itty-bitty bokoblin is now suddenly insta-death. I don't like it. It even takes away 2 heart containers in the process. And yeah, about this. It's pretty clear by this point that we are climbing Eldin Volcano again in order to get to where we gotta go and get all of our items back. Yes, we are climbing Eldin Volcano for the 4th time. Once for our first visit when we had to climb the mountain in order to just, you know, get to the top of it and go to the Earth to the Earth Temple. So there was that. A second time for the Silent Realm trial. A third time right after it for the escort mission, and now a 4th time for this stealth mission. It's just, I like Eldin Volcano on the first visit. I really do. I think it's a pretty nice area. Like I said, I think it's where they kind of take the training wheels off. I do find it interesting, and hey, the Silent Realm, you know, it does make you think about a place that you've already gone through in a different way. But why a 4th time? Just, again, this is shameless padding. There's nothing I enjoy about this. I've been through this area so much that I know the layout like the back of my hand, and I'll at least give them props for doing something different with the layout a little bit this time, unlike the escort mission where really there wasn't anything new or exciting about it. It was just climbing the mountain slower than you usually do, and you're in very little trouble, or in very little risk of ever losing it, but hey. All right, these watchtowers. If they notice you, you're done. There's nothing you can do about it. Stepping in that light is absolute, it's just instant death. You can't do anything about that. So we gotta find some other way to go about this, and it's kind of funny that once I'm complaining about everything that it's like this. You know, actually, speaking of things I don't like, let's talk about player's guides. Yeah, I'm throwing some shade around here with fellow guide makers. I can't get there, can I? Specifically, I want to talk about the guide for Skyward Sword, because it's actually quite topical with things that we've been doing, and I've wanted to talk about this. I, for a while, didn't buy player's guides, like, ever. I was kind of of the mindset of, you know, hey, there's the internet now and all that thing, and, you know, why would I buy a book for that and all this stuff, and it's actually kind of prophetic for what I went on to go do, but, yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of guides for a while. And to make things worse, Nintendo stopped producing their own guides after a while, outsourcing to Prima Guides of all people. I don't think they really could have chosen a worse company for that, because I'm sorry. I know that it might seem like that I'm making fun of what's technically like a competing product. That feels really awkward to say, though, but you know what I mean. In my childhood, I never had a Prima Guide that wasn't just complete trash. They were always so inaccurate and just got everything wrong. And after years of not using one, Skyward Sword happened to be the first game that I picked up the guide for. I was thinking, like, hey, this could be kind of fun, kind of nostalgic, just having the guide with me when I play through it, and, it looks nice. It actually was a very nice-looking guide. It looked very professional on the shelf, so I grabbed it thinking that would be kind of fun. But oh boy, was I wrong. To give an example of how bad of a guide this was, shortly after the first visit to Lanayru Desert, it's telling you where you can go around the world and get some helpful items. One of them was saying to go to the island that will one day become Stritch's Bug Paradise. That happens at the very end of the game. Just, your tip for me finding collectibles is going to this place and referring to it by story progress that is not going to happen for 40 more hours. Just, that in particular was just the moment where I'd kind of been a little bit lukewarm toward the guide up to that point. But when I saw Stritch's Bug Paradise mentioned like that, I can't think of Stritch's Bug Paradise without thinking of that line in that guide and just how stupid it was. I don't know. Something tells me that they haven't gotten any better, though, because whenever I bring them up, even people who are younger and weren't around during the era when I was using their guides, even they usually seem to complain about it and say that they're really bad, so I guess they still have their reputation? I don't know, I like to think maybe they got a little bit better, but though it was kind of a bad guide, it's nowhere near as bad as the worst player's guide I've ever bought. Trust me, we'll talk about that one someday. And it's actually kind of sad that we haven't even gotten our first item yet, and that was kind of the big thing that I was waiting to rant about after we finished up at Bug Island over there. Alright. There's our first chest. Please have the Clawshots in you. I wasn't looking at my map. Not even close. All right, Gust Bellows, it is time to be the most useful that you have ever been or ever will be. You now get these out of our way and easily move around. No more burning our butts for us. It's also a little bit weird that these things hurt you, though, but, walking on land that's partially molten doesn't. I don't have my net. What happens if we blow on dung beetles? We waft very bad air, very bad, wafts. Waft very bad wafts. No, we waft very bad stenches in that direction. That's how you deal with them bokoblins and get them to move out of your way without them seeing you. Go up. But luckily, things are starting to play out a little bit more smoothly. Now that we got our first item, we are able to get to our next chest pretty quickly. Gonna whoop. It's okay. Don't use your olfactory senses. If you smell any sort of dung, well, okay, it is probably on my shoe, but just don't investigate the dung smell. Just go onward. Okay, you're going that way. Going down. Just follow my moves and sneak around. Be careful not to make a sound. Shh. At least it is nice getting to see these items that don't really get a lot of use, seeing them actually get some love for once. I'll at least give them points for that this does kind of continue the trend of items getting used a lot in Skyward Sword, where you have less items, though, but they get used a lot more often. Okay, you going, no, ouch, right on the head. Okay, you're going that way, you can't go down this way, I don't think. Did you? Waiting for you to grow your butt back. You can't go this way after all. Good. I sure showed you by destroying your pulsating buttocks. Yes. Now we'll head out. There's those Clawshots that I was hoping to get on my first go, but it's okay. It wasn't really that much longer of a wait. I'm sorry, this stretch of game, I think the second visits to the regions are the best out of all that we have seen so far. I think the Ancient Cistern is a great dungeon. I think Floria Lake is at least a nice looking area with some interesting things about it. It does kind of suck that you have to play the first dungeon again, though, but that's really the only negative I could say about that revisit. Second visit to Lanayru Desert, I don't need to say anything about that. It's just fantastic. It's just such a creative area. I had nothing but good things to say about it, except for maybe the boss at the end, but even that, it wasn't really horrible. It was just kind of by the numbers and not really terribly exciting, except for the atmosphere. But, just, wow, I actually left out the last visit to Eldin Volcano. Last visit to Eldin Volcano, that was fine as well. I like the Fire Sanctuary. The boss fight with Girahim is intense. Not really much dislike there either. But just this. We have swimming through the Faron Woods for the umpteenth time. And then not only that, but climbing Eldin Volcano for what is now the 4th required time. Never mind if you had to go on collectible hunts or anything. You gotta be sick of this. And I guess maybe I don't dislike it quite as much as I disliked the revisit to Faron Woods, because at least this didn't give me a splitting headache. It's kind of sad that the most positive thing that I can say about this is, hey, at least it didn't give me a headache. That's not a tagline I think you'd want to put on the travel brochure for the Eldin province. Well, let's ride this up. I don't think we've ever actually been into this cave before. It's just kind of a health recovery place. Would have a lot of stuff that I would collect if I had my sword, but pots are always just such a nuisance to break when you gotta pick them up over your head and then break them. Like, seriously, I hope I'm not the only one that does that though, but I never break pots in Zelda. Ever. If I don't have my sword, or if my sword isn't strong enough to break them yet, because it just feels like too much of a bother, because I've been breaking those things with my swords for about 2 decades now at this point. It feels like it's beneath me to lift up those pots and throw them at the wall, unless I'm in very dire straits and I need the health very badly. That's what it would take. Can I? No, I can't. So we got bugs that don't get squashed when you step on them, and that's actually how you're supposed to collect them, whereas you have other bugs that do get squashed when you do step on them, and those bugs that don't get squashed, you're supposed to roll into the wall to knock them off, though, but there's other bugs that you roll into the wall and they fly away, and that's not what you're supposed to do. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Just going on a big tirade of things I don't like. I don't mean to be overly negative, okay? I'm not a super negative person. I don't like being like this. It's just, I gotta be honest, you know? I think the third visits to these places are pretty bad. Speaking of pretty bad, where the heck am I going? Just, I got that. That has my whip. All right, I guess I'll head back this way. Oh, I understand. This thing that I used as a lowly platform. It's actually quite more capable than that. Once lowly platform, now my luxurious yacht. Don't even lie, anything that you could float down a river of lava in would be quite luxurious and would be quite something that would be... I don't know if I'd actually go that far. I don't know what I'm even saying at this point. I just want to ride this thing over and get my bombs right away. Please, just carry me over there as fast as you can. All right, the secluded area. It's actually kind of sad that I feel more limited here than I did in the Silent Realm, because at least there, the enemies look powerful and kill you in one hit. These guys are just bokoblins that kill you in one hit. Gonna need our whip to move forward. Luckily for us, looking at the map, we know that the whip is right there. Move forward. Oh, good thing I moved the camera around when I did. I'll grab you. We got bomb flowers. No bomb bag to put them in, but on the bright side, these towers... they're about as durable as a watchtower made out of wood in a fire region could expect to be. An ouch! Whoa! I know that I've spent so much time hating on the bokoblins, but wow! Just standing up on top of a tower 1 second and then burn to a crisp the next. That's kind of mean. Now, the whip. You would think that this would be a helpful item, right? We saw that they call their guys up on top of the mountain with a monster horn. And he even has one in his belt. Well, nope. Nope, you can't steal it. You would think that getting the whip would be this super helpful item because, hey, at least you could dodge their attacks or just maybe run away from them after you've stolen the item. And hey, good opportunity to get collectibles because they all have them. No, this is the one exception. The only time where you cannot take off an item that you can physically see on an enemy. It's just another annoyance to add onto the pile on top of everything else that we got going on. It's a shame because the whip is honestly the coolest item that we never use. I try to find reasons to use it, but it just doesn't always pan out. And you think I would dislike this area as much as I do the Farron Woods revisit with just how much I complain about it. What's going on with the frame rate? That's second dip. Man, okay, I find something to like, find something to like, find something to like, find something to like. You'll get through, you'll get through, you'll get through. Come on. Oh, I actually will get through. Yeah, we have been playing for a while and we're only halfway. That was the halfway point. We're now in the upper half of the mountain. So next time on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we will go onward. See you guys then.